Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to be talking about online and competitive gaming. This is a video I did a while ago, or this is based off of a video I did a while ago called "Is Competitive Gaming Going Too Far?" And I felt I did a really good job in that video, but I also wanted to add on to it and sort of upload a better version of that video, which is, well, this one. So, yeah, I thought I'd just talk about this again because it's a topic that really gets me pumped up, and I felt the need to talk about it. And I want to hear your guys' opinions. So remember to put your comments as to how you feel about my opinions and stuff like that. Just don't be a cunt, and you'll be all right. But yeah, remember to like and subscribe. That does mean a lot to me. But enough begging. Let's get into today's topic. Now, it's always been on my mind that competitive gaming can go just a little bit too far a lot of the time. It's gotten to the point, at least for me, where playing online games, the experience is entirely ruined by the fact that if you don't know calculus or you aren't extremely uber super competitive, then you're just going to get your ass handed to you. And that really does ruin the experience for me. It ruins the experience for me and a lot of people, and I've talked about this to a lot of other people, and they seem to agree with me. Now, again, I'm not knocking on people that are into competitive gaming, that are into esports, and I'll talk about why I don't like the term esports later. But I'm not knocking on those people, because that's perfectly fine. That's one of the reasons that these games exist, so that you can be competitive with other people, and for those people, it's a good time. But I'm going to talk from the other side of the spectrum. I'm going to talk from my side of the spectrum, which is the pretty much opposite side. I'm not necessarily a casual. Of course, I'm not a fucking casual, but I'm not, hardcore taking everything seriously and, calculating every value under the sun and all of that shit. So, without further ado, let's get on to an example of this. So, again, you probably know I'm a big Pokemon fan, and as such, you probably also know of the competitive battling scene in that crowd. Now, when it comes to competitive battling in Pokemon, there is so much shit behind it. There is so fucking much shit. But the battling system in Pokemon is unbelievably complicated, more so than I will ever be able to understand. It's more than just type advantages and type disadvantages. And the thing is that the people have figured this out, obviously, IV breeding and stuff like that. Stuff that I really don't care about, so I don't know all that much about because I just don't care. But, yeah, it's gotten to the point where everybody pretty much is an IV breeder. Everyone is this competitive player, battler on Pokemon, and it's gotten to the point where it's become pretty detrimental to the community in general, and detrimental to those who just want to go on and have fun and have it be about the best man wins, not the person with the best math skills wins. Because I remember back in the day, you had a fucking link cable and you had 2 Game Boys, and that's what you did, and you just had your team. You didn't know, you just randomly caught whatever you want. You brought them up to level 50. You just had fun, and it wasn't about calculating values. It wasn't about fucking doing calculus or homework, because gaming to me isn't about doing homework. It's about having fun, and I want to have fun when I'm playing video games. I don't want to do homework. I play video games to escape shit like that, and the competitive battling scene on Pokemon has just absolutely ruined it for me, because either you have to be a genius or you're gonna get your ass handed to you. There's no more like that, almost casual battling scene. It's not there anymore. If you want that, you're pretty much just gonna have to play single player, and I don't like doing that, because I do like the experience of battling with other people. It's just that it's gotten to the point where it's so overinflated with everyone calculating every value under the sun that it's ruined it, and I can't battle online anymore because, one, I'm going to get my ass handed to me because I don't care about any of this shit, and 2, it's just, I have no interest in it anymore because it's just sucked the fun out of it for me. So yeah, it's just what it's come down to. But for me, I like to experience the game the way it was usually intended to be, experienced, and that's the single player campaign. And when it comes to RPGs and stuff like that, at least, that have all this work put into the stories and the characters, and the relationships that you have to build with the characters, this and that, and everything. For me, it's about, when it comes to RPGs, it's about building relationships with all the characters and, exploring the land of the RPG, everything that everything that the game has to offer in terms of the single player campaign. And I don't know, I just, it's gotten to the point again where when I go online, it just sort of takes that little bit away from me and just inserts this extremely competitive scene where it's like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't care for it. And I'm not saying that if you do, you're like terrible, because obviously it's just not for me. If you know, it may be for you, but it's just not for me. But yeah, I mean, I'm just a single player kind of guy. That's just how I am. One, because I'm not extremely uber competitive. I used to be, but not anymore because I've got too much shit to worry about. And yeah, I just, it doesn't interest me, and it takes away, it sucks out a lot of the fun because everyone takes themselves way too seriously, and it's literally just more about doing homework than having fun. And at the end of the day, that's the opposite of what gaming is about. You just remember when you were a kid, you just came home from a hard day at school dealing with a bunch of fucking twat bags that you hate, and you just come home and you wanted to play, back in the day with GTA Vice City, GTA San Andreas. You just wanted to plop down on your fucking chair, your couch, your room, and just play a game and just fuck shit up and have all kinds of fun and go on all kinds of adventures that pulled you away from the bullshit that you had to deal with on a daily basis and still have to deal with on a daily basis for some of you. And yeah, that's what gaming is supposed to be about. At least somewhat, but now it's gotten to the point where it's about homework. It's about calculating all these values, doing all this bullshit that at the end of the day isn't even worth it. And that's just crawled up my ass to the point where I have to say something about it, because I want to see if there's anyone else out there that just wholeheartedly agrees with me on this. Because it's just, man, it's about fun, not doing homework. And that's why I play games. I play games to get away from the bullshit of everyday life, not to create more bullshit to deal with, you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I'll never understand this. Now let me offer a little counter-argument to myself here about the whole, I don't understand competitive battling, values and shit like that. I'm absolutely fucking retarded at math. That's just how it is. If you ask me what 2 plus 2 is, all of a sudden I will give you 6 for an answer, and that is a fact. I am absolutely ridiculously stupid at math. It is my biggest problem. I have never figured out why. I have never solved this problem. But I am insanely abhorrent at math. And of course, that's probably one of the reasons I'm bitching about not knowing how to do any of this stuff. But again, it still shouldn't be about doing homework in the first place, though. It should be about having fun. And homework is not fun. Homework is not fun. You can be as straight edge as you want, and homework is never fucking fun. You can try and tell me that it is, but it's not. It never has been. And thank fuck I just graduated, because I don't have to deal with it anymore. Oh, okay. Anyways, but yeah, it's still, yes, I'm absolutely fucking stupid when it comes to math, but it shouldn't be about having to do math in the first place, now should it? And now let me get on to what is most likely going to be my most unpopular opinion here: esports. They are not sports. You are sitting in a chair. The only thing active are your thumbs. That's the gist of it. You have the option to call it gaming competitions. They aren't sports. That's actually an insult to people that actually train their whole lives to play football, to play basketball, to play baseball. That's like an insult to these people that dedicate their entire lives to training fucking hard to play these sports, man. And I'm not even that big into sports at all. Baseball is pretty much the only sport that I'm even vaguely into. And esports are not sports. I appreciate esports, even though I don't like calling them esports. I appreciate esports for what they are, because these people are very talented at gaming. They are extremely talented, more so than I will ever be in my entire life. But they aren't sports. You're sitting in a chair, and you're holding a controller, and you're moving your thumbs, and you're looking at a screen. That's not sports. In what fucking universe are those sports? They're just not. But yeah, again, I do appreciate they deserve the money they get for, kicking everyone else's ass at these games. They deserve all of that. I'm not saying that they don't. I'm not saying that they don't deserve the recognition that, these gamers get, because they do. They're insanely fucking good at what they do. But what it's called is not proper. It is not a sport. What they're doing is not a sport at all. No. And I'm prepared to get a bunch of people in the comments that are trying to be esports players like, oh, shut up, you fucking faggot. But yeah, it's the internet. Get over it. But yeah, getting back to the whole competitive gaming scene in general, I do understand there's games where it is entirely necessary to kind of be an asshole. Like, if you've ever played Grand Theft Auto Online, everyone's a fucking asshole. I'm an asshole. They're an asshole. You're an asshole. Everyone's a fucking asshole if they play GTA Online. That's just how it is, because you gotta be an asshole. I mean, it's Grand Theft Auto. Everyone's a fucking asshole. And that, for a game like Grand Theft Auto, that's a good thing, because it's kind of the fucking point, isn't it? But yeah, yeah, I understand in games where you're just meant to go and fucking kill everything that moves. I get that. But when it comes to games where you have to, like, you know, I'm talking mostly about RPGs and stuff like that, when it comes to what ruins gaming for me. But yeah, I understand in games like Grand Theft Auto, like Call of Duty, like Battlefield, things like that, where you're basically, your main objective is just to fucking kill everything that moves. I understand that. But I'm not really into that much. Like, yeah, I'll get into, like, obviously I play Grand Theft Auto Online. It's one of the only fucking things that I have as gameplay footage, because it's, like, the only game I can properly fucking get to work right. But, yeah, it's just kind of, yeah, because everyone just takes themselves way too fucking seriously. And, that brings me on to my next point, that, you know, this was actually brought up as a comment in the last video I did about this. Talk about, like, pay to win sort of things. Like, a lot of, like, MMORPGs have online, which I really don't play a lot of MMORPGs, so, I mean, I'm not really going to talk about that, because I would probably just fuck everything up. But, let me use Grand Theft Auto again as an example here, because I fucking play a lot of it. When it comes to Grand Theft Auto, basically, if you have more money, you're better than everyone else. It's pretty much what it was. And I remember back in my days, when GTA Online had, you know, it was just a couple months after it launched, and this is before shark cards launched, so you couldn't just, you know, go online and just buy money. Where you really had to grind. You had to do missions. You had to do everything. You had to take out the fucking bank trucks. You had to do literally everything that you possibly could to scrape together every last dollar in Grand Theft Auto Online. But then shark cards came along, and it's sort of, GTA Online sort of lost that feeling of accomplishment when you had a couple $1 million that you worked hard as a motherfucker for. You grinded for hours and hours and hours and days and fucking weeks. And then all of a sudden some other asshole who's, you know, rich white kid living in the suburbs just like, oh, here, my mommy gave me $100. Here's fucking, you know, 10 million GTA dollars or whatever. And yeah, it's gotten to the point where basically, yeah, in a lot of these games, if you have more money, everyone else is fucked, because just because you have more money, you have everything that these other people that don't have money don't have. So it's, yeah, that's really unbalanced, and I really hate that. And I know a lot of other gamers hate that too, because a lot of us don't have a lot of money. In fact, a lot of gamers are fucking college students that are so far in fucking debt they're not going to pay it off for the rest of their goddamn life. So, you know, I understand where you're coming from with that. And yeah, it's just fucking, ugh. I mean, the pay-to-win thing, as I've dubbed it, and as a lot of other people have dubbed it, is just one of the worst bits of online gaming. It really is, and I really wanted to get that out there. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to talk about today. So if you agreed with me, well, like the video. If you disagreed with me, then do whatever the hell you want. I don't really care. Just don't be an asshole. That's all I ask. But yeah, I just thought that, you know, today I'd talk about the whole online gaming, you know, competitive thing. And, but yeah, at the end of the day, for me, it really is just about having fun, not doing homework, and not taking it so seriously, because you're playing fucking video games, to be perfectly fucking honest with you. You're sitting on your ass, and you're holding a controller, or you're holding your mouse and keyboard, and you're playing a game. Like, stop taking it so seriously, guys. It's gaming. It's about having fun, not being an asshole, you know. But yeah, I just thought I'd talk about this sort of thing today. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like it, be sure to subscribe if you enjoy my content, and I will see you in the next one.